Right folks, here we are at the Red Fort, beloved of goon fans everywhere. This is a Mughal era fort, which was the palace of the Mughal emperors here in Delhi for centuries. It is still has an operating army base on it, so not all of this is actually open to the public, but we shall go and see what we can find. There is a considerable museum here and everything as well, and yeah, so off we go. So this is inside the main gate. It's a double gate, as you can see, into our courtyard. You know, basically designed as a murder hole, and then we get our main gate into the main palace. So this was the seat of Mughal emperors, and yeah, as you can see, it's actually huge. I hadn't realised this thing is a few kilometres around, so pretty damn staggering. As you can see, some courtyard after courtyard. Whee! So it's a very beautiful area. Oh, these squirrels are so beautiful. This is the essentially the main first compound. So you can see the reverse of the main battlements, and these are barracks and magazines built underneath, and way more compact here. I've just been into the museum. You know, being a nut job, I was actually really hoping it would be filled with cool Mughali stuff, since I am like a passionate scholar of Mughali arms and armour. No, it's actually a museum about fuck the British, which is completely fair and reasonable, and it tells the tale that needs to be told about all the British massacres, and you know, everything from massacring forest tribes so they could deforest their traditional areas, you know, to horrendous tortures that they put people through and blowing people out of cannons. If you do not know the story, it is well worth visiting, but it can be missed. But what can't be missed are these stunning squirrels that are just everywhere. Anyway, we go on. So the museum is actually scattered across several buildings. So this one in particular, which if you come through the main gate, down, this one is particularly dedicated to the 1857 war, which, if you're terribly British, will have been taught to you as the Indian Mutiny. And here is, of course, the First War of Independence. So it's actually good to see it celebrated as that. And yeah, more museum continues on, scattered through all these old garrison buildings down here. So it's quite grown. You'll need about an hour and a half, maybe two, to wander through here. Peaceful gardens. Spectacular stuff. Oh, and a stamp gallery. Huzzah! So Schnutz and I have been wandering through these museums, which are largely about the English occupation of India, the massacres that ensued, lots of stuff on what was, you know, the Indian Mutiny, if you were old and British taught, or the First War of Independence, which is, you know, nice to see it taught as that here. There's a lot of display, and the way it is worded is interesting because it's designed for nationalism, ultranationalism. Now, forging a national identity, particularly after you've been colonially overrun, I can see it as important. But, and to this I do speak very directly to our American cousins amongst others, all nationalism serves a dark purpose. So beware of your wording when you teach history, beware of how you frame it, beware of good guys and bad guys. I personally would like to go back in time and kick every coloniser in the bollocks, but I think history should be taught not dispassionately, but with an air to the potential misuse of messaging. Anyway. Well, good heavens, I've just been stopped by an awful lot of Indians who've taken photos with me because I am so beautiful. Yeah, it's sort of been really an interesting experience, asking where I'm from and so on. But again, be the best ambassador you can be. The Red Fort, everyone. What a place, what a place. Miles of it. Miles and miles and miles, as you can see. Gate after gate after gate. 2 kilometres across. Huge Mughali fortifications. And what I do love are the crowds. There's tourists, there's locals, and they're beautiful here. Fantastic place. Well worth the visit.